So this is going to be pushed back. So let's, sorry, I had to pause it for a second, guys. So here, that's going to get pushed back. Let's see what they're making. Here comes an anti-tank base. But really, what's going to happen here? I don't think anything is going to come out of this. So right now, Team 1 really getting pushed back with these backdoor attacks. As I said earlier in the video, I said, you guys are at risk of these backdoors, but as you can see, there's so many priests. Look how many priests he's got. He's got Strum. He's got 5 priests. He's got Strum Tigers. There's so much. Look at that. One barrage took that whole base down. Here comes a fortified position trying to snipe this as well. Let's see what Mara's going to make as well. He's going to make another one, actually. Another bunker, but that's going to get taken down by that Jackson. So this will get sniped. He'll probably lose this HQ, or he might just actually take it back. No big deal. He's going to take it back. But I'm still very, very disappointed with this whole attack back here. Team 2 really didn't do what he should have done. If Mara would have just put this here, I hate so much to see. I know I'm dragging it on a bit, but I hate to see a good attacks go to waste. And really, if they would have had all these AT, because he could have pumped even more if he would have stopped them, if he would have killed all of this, because this stuff's still alive. All these tigers are still alive from last game, and these priests and these Strum Tigers. So if you would have killed all of that, and then he would have built a ton more, and he would have built a ton of heavy infantry, and just sat there and kept sniping, it would have crushed Team 1's economy, or Team 2's, yeah, Team 1 economy, real bad, because you would have just kept having snipe. All this would have died instantly, and it really would have took a lot to do a ton of damage. But here comes some 76mm going to stop any kind of tank destroyer attack. And let's go with this game is pretty much over with. He's got his HQ back. He can now do some more ruse cards. And here comes some 88s as well. So these 88s will do a ton of damage. And here comes the Jacksons actually pushing, taking a ton of stuff down. So these are just getting sniped. He's not even turning them around to fire back. Oh, as you can see, bam! There goes a Jackson though. But it's going to be too late. They're all going to die. Oh, here comes the Finassin though. Let's see, but I do not think there's so much smoke. Can't even see what's going on. But it looks like these will all go down. And here come actually the 88s, and here comes the anti-tank guns, and here comes the Tiger tanks, and this will all go down, and this will be GG. There's pretty much no doubt about it. This game is over. This game was over a long time ago. Once that attack failed, this game was pretty much over. If this attack would have worked, really, in my opinion, Team 2 would have took this down. If that attack would have worked. I have no doubt. Oh, my mouse is going a little weird there. I have no doubt about it. If he would have put that there, I think it would have been maybe even game over for Team 1, because he would have been able to kill everything, because there's so much range. This was all dead, and it would have forced NFX to not build anything. And if he's not building anything, then he could have pushed here with his. He had a huge army here, and he had a pretty big army here with infantry-based units, and he could have pushed, and he would have sandwiched all of this middle here, and with a ton of infantry you can really take all this down. And all Hoppa has is Jacksons and priests, and really what are you going to do with Jackson's priests? Because all the opponent has to do is mass up infantry based units, and yes, this priest will do a ton of damage, but they won't be able to stop a big mass push. And without that German ground army helping you, you're going to be in trouble, because as you see, there's not even a tank base anywhere. And he could have maybe even snuck in. I know there's a machine gun nest here, but he could have actually, if there was no recon, he could have just put the units here, sniped the machine gun nest, and then blew up all these admins, and it would have been a different story. But maybe he's saving up these units, but right now he's got this recon here. He's just sitting there with everything else. And this game should be done. As you can see, this massive army is just going to push, and I expect a GG coming sometime soon, hopefully, because I do not think there's no chance pretty much that Team 2 is going to take this down. I'm just really disappointed, because I really thought they had the game. I really thought that game was over, because I saw what was going on. As soon as he invested so much money into that backdoor attack, he had about, I think, 10 elite infantry paratroopers, and he pushed on them, and I just thought for sure that was what was going to happen. But unfortunately, he did not do the right move, and he paid. And this is really hard to stop, in my opinion. This USA Germany combination in a 2v2 is so hard to stop. Stuff like only like that backdoor stuff really can do a lot to hamper the opponent, because really you have the Jacksons, which are almost were pretty much are the most powerful anti-tank gun in the game. Then you have the Tiger tank, which is, you don't need the King Tiger, but the Tiger tank is also the most powerful tank pretty much in the game. Then you have the American M16s, which shoot so fast and drop planes just with M16s. You don't even need the M19s really, but if you do get them, then they're even more powerful. Then you also have the German 88, which can one-shot stop a plane. So if you have an 88 and an M16, the plane's dead, because the German 88 will stop the attack, and then the M16 will clean up the mess. There's just, it's so hard. And then you have the Priests and the M40s and the Strum Tigers. It's so hard to stop this. And then you have the Rangers and you have the Grenadiers, Strum Grenadiers. There's just so much to do. This is such a hard, honestly, it's really hard to stop. The only thing that can counter it is just by, the only thing that can counter it really is just by being the exact same countries and having better play against the opponent, because it's so hard to stop. I really don't know what can really stop this. As you see, they're just sniping this plane. It's just gonna go down. I really have no idea what to do to stop this. Only thing I can do recommend is like just do stuff like that. Only that backdoor stuff. In this map it'll work, because you can see the sector's so big. It will work, and especially if you have people that are building stuff in this middle, it will work even more, because that backdoor rush, you can see it really is effective against someone. If they're turtling in this middle, you can really make them pay in the back. And if they don't have an HQ, a secondary HQ, you can really just take their money away from them and do damage that way. But as you can see, really nothing can stop this. It's so hard to stop. The only thing, if it's a 3v3, if you're playing like a 3v3 and you're going against American and like Americans and a German player, then if you have a third person playing as the British, it'll help. But really, if you go British and say Americans in a 2v2, it's so hard, because yeah, you can, I guess, build Jacksons, but you get that German armor is so strong, and those Jacksons are so strong. All the USA player needs is those M16s, and your British is pretty much in trouble with those fighter bombers and whatnot. So I have no idea. Maybe you guys can post on my channel how you beat this before. And it's even more difficult because the Kickass clan practices this so many times, and really they're pretty much showing their strategy that they've used. They've used this against me and another person as well, and it's so hard to stop. It really is hard to stop. This is, as you can see, the force is just so overwhelming. As soon as they get those Priests, it makes it much more difficult. But early game they could have been in trouble. The Priests make it, the artillery makes it what it is, because the artillery really stops any infantry attacking, and that's what really hurts this kind of build. If you build advanced AT, wooden AT, not wooden, but wooded AT, and heavy infantry, and you push with that combo onto these Tigers / Jacksons, then they'll do damage, because the Tigers, you only have a couple, and the Tigers will pretty much destroy the infantry, and the AT will destroy the Tigers and the Jacksons, and that's really the only thing you can do to stop this kind of attack. But once they get those Priests out, especially 5 or 6 Priests, your infantry is going to be dead, and that's pretty much why you can't allow a USA and a German player to turtle. As you can see, it pretty much got out of hand once that backdoor attack got destroyed. As you can see, well, that's actually losses. But as you can see, yeah, Marho lost a ton of points. He lost it all in buildings and whatnot. But the overview of kills, Hoppa doing most of the work, and these two obviously not doing anything. As you can see in the income, Bruce, look how much income he has, $2,500. I have no idea what he even spent on that. There's so much income. He was like 900. He was like about $1,100 away. Yeah, $1,100 away from Team 1's total income. And as you can see, they both combined made up for more income, $400 more income than Team 1. Team 2 did. So really, they didn't use that to their advantage. They had way more money rolling in. I cannot wait till the income tab comes in when the game is released. I can see that income tab, and I can see how much everyone has, so I can know what they're spending their money on or what they're not spending their money on. But really, just disappointed with that attack. The attack was so good, it worked so effective, and then got ruined in a split second once he didn't push. He had so many units. He had about 20 or 15 to 20 heavy infantry, and he had about 4 or 5 advanced AT, and that could have really messed up NFX real bad, because all their units were up in the front lines, and really if they would have pushed and would have did a little bit of damage, then he could have cleaned up with that stuff that he had up at the top of the map and really ended this game possibly. So as you can see, very good game still. I really enjoyed it. Great game. Thank you to Hoppa for sending me that replay. I appreciate it. But still, really risky. I was expecting them to lose. Once that backdoor attack happened, I thought for sure they would have lost this game. But they did not, and they prevailed. And just a bad play by Team 2. But maybe next time they'll learn to push up. Maybe if they watch this video, they'll learn to push up and actually put pressure on your opponent. Because once you steal that base and you start making bases in their base, you can really mess up an opponent because they have nothing really to defend it. They'd have to take away their front line offense or defense or anything. They have to take all their focus goes from the front line to their back door. And then if you have an army in that front line, you can push double squeeze on them from the front and back. And if you have a double-sized army, it's really hard, especially heavy infantry and anti-tank. If you have that on your front and back door pushing at you at the same time, it's so hard to stop, because especially if it's only a tank army, a tank and artillery army against a mass amount of infantry and anti-tank weapons is really hard to stop, because the Tigers and Strum Tigers can't shoot fast enough to stop that kind of massive attack. They just can't wound that fast to do anything like that. So it really would have worked effectively, but didn't happen. So unfortunately, that's the game. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.